These are the biblical harps of David. And we take our designs from archaeology, from, of course, the Tanakh, the Bible, and from the Talmud. All the information comes from these three sources.
With King Solomon, for the temple, he received several boatloads of wood from the Queen of Sheba, from Africa, and we use a lot of African woods too, the same kinds that were used then. And this is what we expect to be using in the next temple. And if David came back right now, I'm sure that he would approve of these woods.
There are 22 Hebrew letters in the alphabet, or the alphabet of the Hebrew language, and there are 22 strings on the harp. This information about the 22 strings comes from the Talmud. That was the highest number they ever had. And the 22 letters happen to be, you could say, a divine coincidence that they happen to correspond exactly. So, this means that every note, every string is actually a letter as well. It's not just music, like this is C or Do, but it's also Aleph. And when it becomes Aleph, a whole new world opens up, because it allows it to speak. It allows the person to actually speak through music.
Here's a piece of cypress. This is what David's harp was made out of. It's a beautiful wood, has a beautiful sound. And these we get as trees. We don't buy this as lumber. We have them as trees, and we cut them up. And it's very rare in this country to have this wood.
When David came onto the scene, he understood the deep spiritual aspects of this instrument, and he really, really wanted to get in touch with it. So he used it as, I would say, sort of a cell phone to heaven, or a cell phone to Shamayim. And he had a special method that he played it. He would hold it over his heart, and he put his ear right next to the wood like this, and then he would begin to play. Now, he did it in a way that was silent, so you won't hear anything I'm doing. But in my own ear, it's very loud, actually. And you can hear all the overtones and the undertones and everything. But it was a special kind of personal, maybe you could call it an intimate way of relating through prayer. And he would touch this harp, and as the vibrations of the harp started to reverberate through the wood, they would actually move inside his heart and open up and loosen what's known as the klipot, or the shells, the walls around his heart that, always keep us a little distant. But as they would open up, then he was really just able to receive whatever messages were coming to him through what Hashem sent as the Ruach HaKodesh.
This is Israeli rosewood. Right here is a small piece of it right here. And we make a lot of harps out of this. It has a beautiful sound. It's a very beautiful wood. This is bubinga. We build these instruments as if King David was here right now, and that these were his and that he would come in. This is the work that he did. King David had a harp shop, and he made instruments, and we feel that we're just continuing in that particular field, and we're just waiting for him to get back and give us some more instructions.
One of the famous sayings that are in the Psalms that David said a lot, and we really encourage people to do, is it says, Shiru l'Adonai shir hadash. Sing to Hashem, sing to God a new song. So where are you going to find a new song? Should you rush down to the record store and ask them for the latest song? No, the truth is that each of us has a song. It's in our heart already. It's in our soul, actually. And we were born with it. And it's a kind of identifying song, an identifying sound, because people have different names, and perhaps they even have, even if the name is unusual, somewhere in the world there's someone with the same name, but nobody has your song. Your song is yours. It's precious. And it identifies you in a certain way. And the other thing is when you find it, it brings you great, great, great joy.